democracy.sl. Me where they bring this edition can to you, my name na Princess Spears. Inside the program, we get plenty news, information, and entertainment. So stay with me for the next 1 hour inside the program. You can be part of the program by way how you go send a message to the number on 077 981 981. And if you watch we live now, we Radio Democracy Facebook page. The program you listen to on a media show. Today inside the program, I get with me different studio guests them where they can talk about different issues inside the program. But before I can talk the studio guests them, we will take this first issue inside the program. As government and different organizations and on they work for help, tap, rape, and other bad things them, wake up to my girl picking a salon, one part of organization and the Rainbow Initiative. With this bent them no change the leadership for help tap them bad things them, with happy to my girl picking at the country. James Suleiman Fufana and the chairman for the board of directors and the Rainbow Initiative say one part strategic plan them as new board chairman and for provide clinical care survivor them and serve the prevention of sexual assault. Well, we report again Fato Conte gets more Nguna reports.
The Rainbow Initiative, a non-governmental organization, where don't they work to one for help, tap, rape, and other bad things them, where they happen to women and girl picking them na salon, like rape, sexual penetration, gender-based violence, and other one them, as the mandate now for provide psychosocial support and medical to rape and gender-based violence victim them. As they want continue for do their work, Rainbow Initiative can change their leadership every 2 years. We make the go inaugurate new membership of Rainbow, where they lead this organization for the next 2 years. Jibril Kago, now the Deputy Executive Director of Rainbow Initiative, talk more about this.
Rainbow Initiative, we do have a constitution that gives the mandate to individuals to be part of the board for 2.5 years. And thereafter, we dissolve the membership and we go into new elections to bring in new people. So that's the basis. Most of them that are left, 3 of them, they've gone far beyond the 2.5 years. And as a result, it's mandated by the Constitution that we need to have new people come on board. So the expectation is, of course, Rainbow Initiative, we're a national NGO, and we need vibrant and experienced people to be part of the board. So we're expecting that they will bring their expertise to support the senior management team and support the organization, to build its systems, to build the services that we are providing to make sure that we become a sustainable organization. We need all the expertise that they have to be part of what we are doing, that will help us to become a professional organization.
And continue for talk about the new leadership, where the organization don't get.
The session today is about kind of a workshop for the members of the board of directors. We had an elections where 3 of our board members, old board members, they left us already, and of course the chair is one of them. And as a result, we decided to bring in new people, and we had an elections where Mr. James Fofana happened to be elected as the new chair of the board, and we have Mr. Pastor Leslie Williams as the treasurer, and Auntie Margaret as the vice chair of the board.
Where in the talk, the first time chair of the board of directors, na Rainbow Initiative, Dr. Olabisi Claudius Cole say, in upset the new board member them, go work to for address the challenge them where the organization they face.
Well, I'm hoping that they're going to take Rainbow to the next level. There are a lot of challenges we still have in terms of fundraising, in terms of taking Rainbow to research levels where we can do more research, in terms of we want to build a center of excellence in Freetown. Hopefully we'll be able to get the land and build the center of excellence and just take Rainbow to another level as well. And then we look at the nationally as well. I mean, we only have 5 centers, and we have 5 one-stop centers now from the Ministry of Gender, but it's still not a national program. So we're looking at making it a national program where every district has a service that provides free medical, psychosocial support services to survivors.
As Rainbow Initiative don't get the new membership for lead this organization for the next 2 years, make the chairman of board of directors on Rainbow Initiative, James Suleiman Fofana say one part im plan dem as new board chairman na for provide clinical care to rape survivor dem na Salone.
As new elected chair, one of my biggest role is to make sure that strategy is implemented to the full, and the strategy has a whole lot in it that will enable Rainbow to provide more effective services. 3 areas basically: clinical care for survivors, the prevention elements in the very first place to prevent sexual assault from happening in communities, and the continued advocacy around policies that are favorable to women and girls, and the prevention of sexual assault. So I'm going to make sure those goals within the strategy are addressed, those goals are taken forward, and also to support Rainbow Initiative to fundraise, because that's the primary thing. All that Rainbow is doing this requires money, requires technical competence, it requires support in the strategies that they implement to complement the efforts of government to combat sexual assault or reduce sexual gender-based violence in Israel.
James Suleiman Fofana end up say im go work with board member dem and the management of Rainbow for make sure say dem get financial and technical support, and build relationship with government and stakeholder dem for help complement government in efforts by the fight against rape and gender-based violence na Salone. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Karifa to contest the report.
The program is still a listen to. Media show they can to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, with me, I get my studio guest them. I get Mohamed Ola, we are the communication officer for DAGVA. We na charity foundation, and therefore can talk about one fundraiser we didn't forget, and everybody work when they do. Good afternoon, welcome to the program. Good afternoon. And same way so, I get Patrick Mansare, we na the Secretary General Western Area District, and in Komotsa the Salone Association of the Blind. Well, he therefore can talk about the Worldwide Skin Day, when at today, where this na day we then can celebrate all over the world for see usai blind people can use this skin as way for protect themselves. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
The program is still a listen to now media show where they can to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Before I come to Patrick, la come to Mohamed Ola, we now the communication officer we come from DAGVA Charity Foundation. And they can talk about some of the things they need to do. DAGVA Foundation, basically, what's in your main focus area?
So, normally, alhamdulillah, we focus on 4 areas. We focus on digging water well for people. Then the private communities. And also, we can support widows and orphans. We busy. They don't lost their man them, and we can support them with the little them we get. And also again, we focus on school projects wherein we can make a school park and give to Pekins them we be seen a less privileged Pekin them, and people in the way no able provide for them like school materials them. So we focus on the areas and again, and also again we focus on the feeding, wherein they go in any 3 months they go na the street and feed people them where they in need.
Okay, so we don't think they know what they do. How na keep for identify like una targeted people them we for benefits for some of them thing they are we una the focus on.
So basically we get different departments na the foundation wherein we get the data department, the data and research, we before now then they go outside na the field and do more research and watch na the community them and identify people them where then they in it. Sometimes the research for we not go bother this and those people. We get some imams them when they identify different areas there. Then they identify for we people them we really they in need. And sometimes we can even then our street. We can even then our street and identify some of these people where they can hang out in the street.
So it's not some of our success stories then.
Well, alhamdulillah, some of the success stories them we don't get so far because we get plenty of people them way that don't benefit under this charity organization. And there is one story where I would like to share to Fambul them where they listing, wherein a young man they practice Islam and they practice in Deen. And for me things clear, this foundation an Islamic foundation, an Islamic Relief Foundation. So this brother they practice in Deen, but there is a time when I Ramadan where this brother Me they sell rum for this uncle, and the time don't reach for Ramadan, and he tell your uncle say, uncle, I'm not going able for sell rum because this is not the blessed month of Ramadan, and I want to observe me fast clean. And your uncle say, well, if you say no, they help me sell, well, I know they pay school fee, I know they provide food for you. So like this brother be there in this situation, and then the foundation pick up, and foundation they provide for them, in food, and we they even pay for them in school, say to the stage now and don't go into college, and now the brother all in results them way they pull out, they come with flying colors.
So how una can no forget una supports where una money una can use for support some of them people here.
So alhamdulillah, first let's just start how this foundation come about, then we come into this inshallah. So like the foundation, and we start with two people. The man and his wife when he married, when Abdul Rahman Jallo, when the CEO of the foundation, with his wife when Sister Maria to Siddiq Kamara. They made the give charity in the area where they be there. So then thought and fit say, but as a Muslims, then say, you know, they come a true believer until which you elect for yourself, you get for elect and for your brother Muslim. So then take this initiative, then discuss that in the WhatsApp forum where we there, where them title daily Quranic verse and an hadith. That's the name of the foundation, DAGVA. I mean, Daily Quranic Verse and Hadith Charity Foundation. So like we discussed that in our WhatsApp group, and we say, well, at that time, na be Ramadan, and we say, well, we meet, make an iftar, we are in with the able come and break, we fast. So we meet and we discuss concerning this charity organization for how we go able to sustain and how we go show an extend hand to people within they in need. At first, now will be 42 members. And inside this 42, we get people when they be students and some when they be workers them. So we decide well for the one day when are students, then go to give 10,000 any each month. And for the one day when na worker, they give 50,000. It depends to how then they earn a monthly basis, because some workers then they not all the same way then they earn. So like we don't agree, we don't agree on that. It will be kickstart, but now alhamdulillah we get about 2,850 members within 17 countries, and 80% are Sierra Leoneans. So we get students them where they give 10,000, and we get some workers them where they give 50,000. Even some then they inside the foundation when are traders where some they give 15, even 20,000. So all the money then now that we can collect, and we implement, we project is them we get.
Okay, well, I will come back to you, Mohammed Ola. We come out from the Dagba Charity Foundation. You don't talk about what we couldn't do. Well, we'll come back to you. We can talk about the fundraising we want to get for organized. Well, same way, so I get Patrick Mansare, we are the Secretary General, Western Area District, and the Salon Association of the Blind. Well, in there for can talk about the World White Cane Day. Well, this particular day, na day we then he celebrates October 15, and this day, now for excuse me, now for recognize the importance of white cane for blind people. Well, how this day important in terms of blind people in a salon, waiting this they mean for them, make Patrick Mansari there for can talk about this World White Cane Day. Patrick, good afternoon, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon again. Thank you for having me.
You don't listen from the background where Adongi, we get for do with this World White Cane Day, we then set aside as way for celebrate them, then recognize the importance of the white cane, especially for blind people them. So in Sierra Leone context, for una the blind people in the country, what does they mean for una?
Well, this day they remind we, first of all, say we are blind people, and also the device, una the white cane. Now the movement, now the way we as blind people learn for move from one place to another. Then make in with theme, we say navigating barriers, ensuring independence and inclusive society for all. This they clearly tell we say the cane we get for waka with. Then they make for go na areas then, like for instance, Yawa Council, I knock out anybody, I just go inside keke, I come as easy as me able for do am, then I able for access this place. So the independence, you wait out there, give you the opportunity and see how best we go able for do we own. Include we now anything in society, we go able for make we self comfortable. This day, Now they were the United Nations General Assembly been come up with in the 60s. Yeah. So we na Salone we begin celebrating in 1992 because by then difficulties or other than deal for champion the day for celebrating, then make the Sierra Leone Association of the Blind after its formation in 1976 decide for go through the archives and decide to say, oh, there is a day where blind people then for celebrate on the White Cane Safety Day. The White Cane, you will know, na a device where them assemble together, something like a wakatik. Yeah? Now a device where they assemble together, where blind man can hold in hand in the waka. If in a net safe, in get reflector, they reflect. That device they purposely help we for waka for we self in case we in a state of difficulty. For instance, at this one side, I want move and not get nobody for assist me. Before that person they go come for assist me, myself go don't do my own. So the person go can for assist me because you know go 100% aid you to where they go, but at least some 70% na your area, na your environment, and go for make you move. You know go sit down the wait. That time wait for somebody. You go use them with the white cane and make your movement easy.
Before una begin use this white cane, what are some of the danger there where some of una been go through?
Difficult, my sister. Some of we will be the move, like some of we be done blind from childhood days. You know, who they come up, would they venture the streets or whosoever in our environment who they on we own. I mean, extremely difficult. In fact, it not be easy at all. That will make you go hit yourself or put yourself in some side way. It will be difficult for you for move the next day. But with the help or with the intervention of the white cane, it hardly for let any blind person hurt himself. In fact, through them campaigns they are, through them movement they are, what they do on radios, televisions, we do it for raise the awareness, even for drivers. If some drivers, not 100% yet, but I'm sure will they make progress. If you, as blind person in National Street, you get a white cane in your hand, you try for cross no way, just stretch them. You get some drivers now what they understand. Then can snap, then you cross. So that alone or that all don't help for make the white cane very important in a salon.
So the association they develop any training program for blind people and for explain to them how for use this white cane the proper way? Yes,
particularly for brothers and sisters then way because Sierra Leone Association of the Blind they now 12 districts in this country. In that 12 districts, we get project at the moment what they call slab rebooted project. That is, that project they get a component of these trainings for use the white cane, but then they do them particularly on na upline areas. The one way they upline, I make if you go upline, the white cane visible they pass free on here because at the moment we get the white cane na upline pass here because there is a project and there is a component in the project where include white cane training for blind persons.
So with this particular training where you say una dey give to them people here, so this white cane, una think say an achievement as way for address some of una limitations them and challenges that una dey get?
Yes, that now one big limitation because even upline, the one they way no blind to work on their own. We been wait for let people they help them if for going to them farm or them small garden with the white cane, they can try for access. So now one big achievement with the Sierra Leone Association of the Blind don't achieve so far.
Okay, well that's na Patrick Mansare, the Secretary General Western Area District, we come on Salon Association of the Blind. They talk about the White Cane Safety Day, where not today, where this day they can use them across the country, outside country them. Outside blind people in there across the world, we Don't they use this particular day for advocate and recognize the importance of the white cane for blind people as this particular white cane, they help them people are for able for travel, safe one, and safe gain independence. The program is still listening to Nami, the show where they can to inform the Society for Edu Democracy 98.1 FM. We will take another issue inside the program. The Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Philip Karimu don't say for tap some of the water challenge them in the country. Then they engage with private sector now for help improve the water supply in the country. He talked this in Saiwan press briefing where the Ministry of Information and Communication gets with different stakeholders them now at the water sector. We say then go give updates, but how far then they for address some of this issue. We report Amastan Swari gets more and go now reports.
The Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Philip Karimu Lansana talk this in some updates where we go talk about how far the ministry don't go for achieve the thing them where they inside cluster 3 for the medium-term national development plan where they talk about strategic leadership and other policy where the ministry for put in place through Guma Valley Water Company for ensure say safe and clean water available in the country. Also, the Ministry of Water Resources, Engineer Philip Karimu Lansana talk about what they don't do for improved water sector in Salone.
We have demarcated some areas where people should not go beyond, and we've started constructing pillars to ensure they don't go beyond a particular mark. Speed up institutional and regulatory reforms to the sector, especially Guma Valley Water Company, Sarawako, to improve an efficiency and cost recovery. We have done a cabinet paper which has been approved. It just needs to go to Parliament now. For Guma Valley, which was being supervised by the National Commission for Privatization, to come over the Ministry of Water. And also, we have plans which we hope to finish before the 2023 deadline on this manifesto to look at the entire architecture of the water sector to see whether, in fact, the way we are delivering water should be maintained or should be changed. But also and done, the Guma Valley Water Company as well as Sarawako, what they have done actually is to look at making use of private sector. They are now engaged in that and they've submitted to us, in fact, business plans, which we are looking at the moment.
We're able to talk about the different projects and program them where Guma don dey put in place for ensure say clean and safe water available. The managing director, Madak Penge, talk about how them plan for tap the water challenge where people don't they get.
Well, we make sure say the main production system they run very well. If breakdown day, we rush quick for try for amend them. Then in addition, we enhance community services where we supply water to them community tanks then for 150. So we do all these things. But last year, I don't think say you hear Boku outcry about dry season challenge. Same time, even recently, water don't go to the market. So for just make sure say any blockage where the pipe gets, we clear them because then part they don't get water for a very long time. And we do more house connections to that area.
Inside Ion talk, as Naden gets the mandates for monitor electricity and water service in the country, make the Director General na Electricity and Water Regulating Commission, Dr. Emmanuel Mana, talk about how the commission don the monitor electricity and water service them na Salone.
Tariff methodology is always very interesting. We have all the sites here for the water across the country, and also we do compliance and monitoring. We make sure we go to do inspections to the sites. Guma sites, Sarawako sites across the country, we are always moving here and there.
Then different body we go give updates on the water sector. They end up give word of assurance say they will continue for make policy and project them for improve the water sector na Salone. For the Society for Edu Democracy, Mastan Sware the report.
The program is still listened to on the show they can to you from the Society for Edu Democracy 98.1 FM. The Deputy Director of Relief and Response at the National Disaster Management Agency, Tomoa Molubriwa, don't say inside 1 year term where government set up the agency, they don't able to respond to over 15,000 people them where disaster don't affect all over the country. Excuse me. Tomoa Molubriwa talk this after we Caritas Freetown, Tushi Foundation, Eli International, Relief Foundation, and Lani Foundation don't support about 500 fire victims in the Kube community with food and non-food item them. Well, I'll be part of this and put these reports together. September 19 this year, one fire incident will happen at the Kube community. They affect over 500 people them. Outside this fire, been problem people at the house and property them. For sake of this incident will happen to them people here, make Caritas Freedom to She Foundation, Haley International Relief Foundation, and Lani Foundation. Don't support them people are waiting for it, and plenty other thing them. This support according to the Executive Director for Caritas Freedom, Reverend Father Peter Conte, now for help the victim them, make them able settle back, because the fire probably also and property them.
Caritas means love in action. We try for put love in action. And they do this with join hand, with we partners them, who get the same vision for like people them. We want for say when disaster be, nobody know like them. If you get you close, now you used to you close, even when you close lost or born, even if they give you other one, not to the same. So nobody know the wish forget disaster so that you can't turn up for aid. So na painful thing. For help una for now una settle back. So we pray that as they receive this aid, then go immediately and continue the learning. Because the future of their lives them depend on the learning now than the land.
Caritas Freedom, together with them partner them, been do this support to them people here, together with the National Disaster Management Agency. With this agency, now government be set them up for coordinate any disaster where they happen at the country and bring people together for help them. Tomae Molubriwa, now the Deputy Director, Relief and Response, now the National Disaster Management Agency, he say inside 1 year term where government set up this agency, they don't able to respond to over 15,000 people them where disaster do affect all over the country.
Within under 1 year where President established the agency, we don't respond to 58 disasters then. A minimum of 58 disasters then all over the country. We don't respond to 962 houses then where disaster affect. The people they don't respond to now over 15,000 so far. So when I know what they happen, see they go join where 1 meter, they tolerate over 40 people there, houses there for supply electricity. All them things they cause fire. So we able to control that. The other one they when a natural one day, we not able to control them. You know, government go cancel on our aid. Caritas and partners then go cancel on our aid. But if somebody die during the cause of disaster, now pray no more, we go pray to God. Nothing all the world go do. So do ya, with the beg una do the things that one are supposed to do responsibly for avoid disaster. Una get picking there. Una save your life there. Yeah? With the talk to una, with the beg that will prevent disaster.
I be talk to some of the people in the Kube community we benefit from this support and we get this for sale.
I go for go pray Suba prayer when at 5 o'clock morning prayer. And people that come back now do not say oh stay pambon. So but we come do wala I go pray quick I come. Uka fets we hot sifa when I 8 room them born that morning day. No nobody know that. Me I feel happy for Caritas. Caritas they really proved so we say that they work with they get humanitarian feeling for people them because really we don't expect this. Only no go replace always two loss but we appreciate.
Well, my family they all affect because you know get how they sleep, pass they can catch me bikini. No, not pull nothing me bikini. Well, I feel good because you know why area glad na grown with sleep me bikini pass to pray la pa.
I know be there because back I know you pull nothing. Appreciate at all na thank you.
Then people end up say this incident will happen to them. Make plenty of them not get time for sleep again. But this made them end up say Caritas Freedom and then partner them for help address some of the other concern them where they get for side for tap and other thing them. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piasley report. The program is still a listen to Nami. They show the country from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. I still get me studio guests them na the studio. So I get Mohamed Ola, we na the communication officer for Dagba Charity Foundation and Self Patrick Mansare, when at the Secretary General Western Area District, we come out from the Salah Association of the Blind. They talk about the White Skin Safety Day winner today. And Salon, they join other country, then for member this day. Mr. Ola, before we go, you don't talk about some of the work the way una they do na the foundation. Now una get to organize a fundraising. Waiting this fundraising, waiting bring kind of idea for this fundraising and waiting the fundraising get for the bots.
So alhamdulillah, we organize this the be 6 annual fundraising dinner we organize. This fundraising waiting do all about and follow we able finish for construct a school. We will be done start at the Falaba district by my Sofia. In this dinner they all about. So we organize this dinner, this fundraising, just follow we go able complete the school. We will be done start na Falaba district.
So apart from that particular thing, the way you say this program get for the bots, where una the organize this fundraising for make una get that money and continue on a project. What are some of the other thing them where like the contribution go towards?
So like basically, DAGVA, a charity organization we are in, we transparent to all we members them. So like the project is the way we can limit to some of we members them. So like this them fundraising dinner where we can organize and after we will get a chance for we increase some members them and get some donors them. So because some of our project is the more we can organize like RBC, we get a WhatsApp group wherein we add all we members them and we can organize any 3 month in quarterly basis. We organize a meeting for tell we members them which we don't they do this 3 month or this quarter basis and the money will be received and the activities them we don't undertake. So like basically as this fundraising dinner we organize, we focus in say just for this school project we done. Just so we will finish and because it's very sad when it comes to a charity, when they talk to people for give for the sake of Allah. There are some people where they show face and there are some people where not a show face. And for this one grade school, this they be make 4 dinner we organize just for complete this school.
So when this fundraising for take place and how somebody go able for contribute towards this for buy tickets and other thing there.
So alhamdulillah, the dinner in the 17th of this October, where this Sunday where they come, now the dinner gets organized and the place now the Family Kingdom Auditorium. Now this dinner get to take place and the time now 4:00. If somebody want to be part of this dinner also, in the contact the number there when 079 54 5444 or 076 36 3131. And the person go contact and ask for your patron and we'll be able to reach you any south side.
So is that the price of the ticket?
The price of the tickets is we get the 200 and we get the 300.
The program is listening to Nami, they show the country from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Well, that's Mohamed Ola. We're the communication officer for DAGVA Charity Foundation. They talk about the fundraising we then for all this Sunday, when at the 17th of October. And this is said, and they do am for his couple for put out his school projects for help picking them with the good school. Same way, so the studio gets Patrick Mansare, when at the Secretary General, Western Area District, in common from the Salon Association of the Blind. Well, they talk about the World White Cane Day, when at today, and this particular day where then they celebrate for his day, for talk about the significance of this day, how important for people where they use the white cane, especially blind people where they use the white cane, as this they make them gain independence and safe able for move around free one and be safe. Mr. Mansari, before we go, you talk about different issues them. So with the white cane way Salon de Journal that come to them for celebrate, what are some of the challenges them owner the gets?
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Moderator. The challenges now like before now, when they organize town hall meetings, most times they get stakeholders, they go, they make commitment in them town hall meetings they are, but they not can live up to expectation. And one big challenge what they get. Because we can don't get big stakeholders in some of their meetings they are, then you don't go there make promises, say okay, then go live up to them promises, then they only after the program, nothing not go seem for happen until another year and another month or this same day back. So this time we decide say, okay, since we get Corona, even though they don't lift ban on gatherings and so on and so forth. We think so for continue for engage now the media, so we sensitize and conscientize people so that at the end of the day, then we'll see the significance of this day and continue for support this day.
Just like what you say most of the Terwiki only yeri or no bottom of una issues them just for the day.
Exactly.
So this particular thing where they happen, what do people for the expect from the association?
Well, just like how they say, for the only be this day. After this day, implementation for be an ongoing process. We for follow them up and say, I make we will get we day. We always can say nothing the winner for we not involve. So we want to let the people learn. As we now we get this day, we can always say mortal man, as long as he on earth, a potential disabled. Until you die, you for always expect see disability go carry you any harm, anytime, any hour by accident. We need a wish for people because disability not the way very easy, expensive for manage and difficult for deal with. Just that we dey encourage people them say when this day don't come, as in the area, so you driver, you Okada rider, you keke rider, when you see somebody with this device, what they call white cane, if you always respect that person, if you know say that something make this person here, you dey normal why no go just go hold a white cane or a wakatik, the wakauta. It no go make sense. Now only age and disability will cause some of them things in the. So they say people them where una read this day, una for pay attention to this day and give this day the attention we in deserve.
This particular tool una they use now one way they symbolize freedom and independence, and you they talk about say drivers them and other people them for able for acknowledge people where they use the white cane wherever they go. So una think say still a challenge, even though una get this una symbol for identify say, hey no, this person they come. Let we guide them or let we allow them. Una still get challenge?
Yes, because the society is still gullible on disability issues, especially on blindness issues. Most times, in fact, some man can even see somebody with that white cane, he go take and say, "Na bigger man. If I can't close out to this, no, he go beg me." But not that. Most times, the white cane now for aid movement. Now for able for assist you in the area where you get somebody at the moment for help you, for let you able for navigate your way. So let them perceptions then they change. But still now a challenge. Now because the society where they live, now a society where get myth. Society still naive against people that hold the old tick or people that hold the white cane for waka, then get their own perception. But let them perception and as time, let them go they change. Because blindness, where you hold the white cane, and for let you able for move. Not yes, we agree say we get beggars among we, but not to all blind person or not to all disabled person they beg. Some people and they can just call you for left one, you able for cross them because still the challenges then you still get drivers who still urgent and who still they look for money where they not get yet. So as a result, we'll get 100% confidence for cross on you. Even though sometimes they stretch this white cane, some go watch and say, okay, this person a blind man, let help a lane cross or let wait for a lane cross. But some like I say, the competition for the small resources we get at this world, still they make others not go wait for you. Say, but no, this man now wait for them go cross for waste me time. I not go want that. So, but will they still continue for do this until one day we get a society who will well understand the plight of persons with disability, especially blind people.
Okay, the program is still listening to a media show where they can to inform the Society for Edu Democracy, 98.1 FM. Well, that's St. Patrick Mansare, where na the Secretary General, Western Area District, in come from the Salon Association of the Blind. They talk about the White Cane Safety Day winner today. The program they continue and they take another issue inside the program. The Executive Director for Purposeful, Chernoba, say, according to the 2020 State of schoolgirls in Sierra Leone reports, where them poll show say 43% of the girl picking them na 6 districts them na the country, no one they go school. Well, we talk this inside a meeting where purposeful go launch this report. Usai this report say then Usai then do this report na 6 districts them when a Bombali Bond, Falaba, Karine, Moyamba, and Western Area district. We report Kabia gets more and go now reports.
Na about 4 years now, we purposeful don dey operate na salon and they don dey see say them provide equal space and opportunity for young girl picking them na the country through them different program them where they don dey implement and they don dey give support to different organization them we don dey talk on issues them we don dey ambo girl picking them na the country and this organization they na different country them na the world also they don dey give support to young girl picking them and inside 2020 purposeful with support from them partner them been talked to 2,000 out of school girl picking them where they between the age of 13 to 19 na 63 them na the country when na Bombali, Bond, Falaba, Karine, Moyamba and Western Area rural districts. Also them be do research on education, marriage, teenage pregnancy and violence and purposeful for the first time don launch the status of out of school girls in Sierra Leone report. Outside this report gets different in them where them fair not say don they affect girl picking them na the country. Chernobyl now the executive director for purposeful talk more about this report.
This na report we do an assessment in 6 districts across Salone for see within the situation where girl picking their life they in, and we focus on the most marginalized girl picking them, the one that we already they out of school. So we get free education. Normally they focus on that, but picking them they will not be don't go school where free education can. So waiting they happen to them. So this report we interview over 2,000 girl picking them across 6 districts here, and we begin for find out waiting the inside. And that report in order to analyze and today we launch them and we call on the state of girls in Salone, so people go see and hear from girls themselves and from their voices within the go on of their life. The 6 districts that we the report cover are Bombali, Bond, Falaba, Karine, Moyamba, and Western Area Rural.
And continue say the reports fair not say 43% of the girl picking them now then 6 districts here in the country no one they go school.
So the reports focus on particularly 4 thematic areas. One, what's the experience of the girl picking we can to education and literacy. And some of the findings they will find on these reports is particularly shocking. We find out, say, nearly half of the girl, about 43% of all the girl picking had never in fact been to school at all inside this category. The report focuses as well on things like marriage. And on the marriage question, we want to draw attention to the differences that will happen in our respective districts. Because, for example, if you take Bombali, now only 20% of the girl PKA say they're married or they cohabit. But if you go to a district like Bond or Falaba, now over 48% and 45% respectively. And then girl PKA will talk about so people are from 13 to 19 years. And that one inside this cohort, almost half of them are some of them districts here, they're already married. The other thing we'll focus on, now how many of them get picking? Which are the teenage pregnancy like Karen like for Kalam, na Salone. Now Bond, 67% of them girl picking already get picking. In fact, we find out, say, inside most of the club them in some communities, about 2 in 3 of them, we talk about violence. Which are the experience of girls and within they call gender-based violence, within they affects them.
But waiting next for this report, Chernobyl again.
Yes, and all the ministry and then I will partner them. So you see, say today, in fact, by the business, we been get the ministry them, then representatives there, the minister, deputy minister, they're all there. We distribute this report widely, not just to the ministry them, but to other partners and self and to donors that we want for draw attention. We take them to the media. Follow we discuss this situation.
Out of school girl picking them, we purposefully support now them for districts and the country being gets this for say.
Well, my name is Suzanne Kamara. I come all the way from Kamakwe. Most of the communities, their school and all the better. Like na primary school and the some the way they go down 6 MPSC, they not can get access for one of the Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. Some they become dropouts and get better. Like me, so right now we know they go school. If they make primary school, they make secondary school. I go not for say they want to make we educate because they say when you educate girl picking, you don't educate you one on nation.
Well, me na Musu, a mentee for Bond district, but who are free girl picking them there? We
no go school dem, me was sit down here so. I no go ask the Minister of Education for let give me money, ma do business, and then on the stage for land book. So I want the Minister of Education do here, una help me get pikin dem and various community more land, more be fortunate national or even pass una sef.
As the Ministry of Youth Affairs don dey work with young people in the country, and girl pikin dem na one wey the ministry not don dey left behind. We make the Minister of Youth Affairs, Mohammed Oman Bangura, talk about the different things them where the ministry don't put for young girl picking them in the country.
I believe say the policy where we get a very, very, very female sensitive. The one the national youth policy. In terms of livelihood, our mama and I just make mention say they want money, they want startup capital. And one thing I always tell people, there are certain things as a nation, if one move progressively, we will not for politicize. The fight against corruption, not for be politicized. And anything we get for do to youth, young people, not for be politicized. Few days ago, we do a grant to UNDP. I not forget about 1.something billion, and 80% to 90% of the people who didn't give grants are female.
Kobe Bentley, na Development Director Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, and na then one part the organization them we don't they support purposeful for support them girl pikin. Talk about waiting and make up of this report.
So the UK is really proud of the partnership that we've had with Purposeful over the past 2 years and the fantastic work that you're doing as an organisation. We can see the benefits and the impacts of that. Like I said, we're really proud of the support that that's playing and the fact that you can see it giving a voice to these girls and helping them to feel more confident, more empowered.
According to Purposeful, the report shows say 43% of the girl pikin no one they go school and the 6 districts them outside they operate. This the Deputy Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Emily Gogra say the ministry get school them na all the district them na the country. As he say, then go monitor for say girl pikin them na then district here get access to quality education.
Honestly, the ministry is trying over these 3 years assiduously to improve literacy in our country. For the girls out of school, we have 202 accelerated centers in each of the district headquarter towns and 58 centers where they do adult literacy. So when I hear that from the mentees that some of the girls are not having this opportunity for literacy, it is a way for us to go and do proper monitoring.
Emily Gogra end up assure Purposeful and in partner they say the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education go make sure say they implement some panity them where they inside this report and say then go work with Purposeful for say girl pikin them na the country get access to quality education. For Radio Democracy, Kabia the report.
The program is still a listen to Namide show. They can't from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, from that report, we go quick na sports. Society the Leone star head coach John Kista say Salon still representing them for prepare ahead of the Nations Cup na Cameroon. Well, he talk this is our meeting with Africell when the official sponsor them for the Nations Cup, all with the Salon Football Association and journalists them for talk about how fast Salon they for prepare for the Nations Cup na Cameroon. Well, Musa Kamara gets more and gonna reports.
Ahead of the Nations Cup na Cameroon, the national football team Leone Stars don't they prepare for compete inside this competition, as the team just played 3 friendly game them against South Sudan, Gambia and Morocco under 23 national football team. But this all according to the head of corporate affairs at the Salon Football Association, Engineer Mohammed Bensin Bawor. Salon gets more friendlies than for play inside November this year.
Again, we are looking forward to a camp in November. We'll have a similar camp like we heard in Morocco. Venue is yet to be determined, but when the vice president, responsible for technical was here last, he did mention that it may likely be Morocco, but it has not been confirmed. A lot may change from now to November. And when that is confirmed, we'll come back to the public and inform the public through you guys.
But with all this, the head coach for the national football team, John Kista, say, according to his assessment, Salon just did about 30% in terms of preparation ahead of the Nations Cup for put strong team. We go compete inside this competition January 2022.
Coming back from the friendlies, we're about 30%. That's my assessment. 30%, we've got another 2 in November, and then we've got a whole month before we go into AFCON. So I think when I mention we're about 30%, that doesn't mean you're just looking at the football side of it. There's a lot of things that surrounds the football that will make it successful. So when I say 30%, that's what I meant. Until everything is right in place for us to go then, we're up and running. So that's what I meant. We want to bring players into the national team that are better than what we already have. We're not going to bring players in that are not better than what we have or at the same level. Then it doesn't make sense at all. So whatever we bring in has to be better and going to help us out in terms of going forward and achieve. So that's what we're going to do. Again, we've got another window in November coming. We're going to try and look at that. We're trying to have a very competitive national team. We don't want to have a national team that is full of complacency. We want to have a national team that is competitive. Everyone fighting for their own position. And that will give us the results as a country that we need.
Salone people don't hope for see Salone players them where they play overseas for can play for the team, like Faculty Dabo from Coventry City in England, Sobat Thomas from Huddersfield Town from English Championship, Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea in England, and plenty other player them. We all this according to John Kister. He don't they talk with some pandem player than Yaso, but player them like Sobat Thomas, no agree play for Salone, but don't pick Wales as in country of national, and Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea, self no agree 8 for play for Salone, but say then still they talk with Faculty Dabo from Coventry City and other one them.
Again, I'm still going to try and affect 1 or 2 players. There's a boy at Coventry City who is a right back, Faculty, that I'm really trying to bring in. There's another boy that's Rotherham United in England as well. He's got a little bit of Nigerian background now, so we're trying to work around that. Again, we want to bring in as much as we can. But again, I want you guys to understand. Now, when we talk about the Chalobah brothers, from a scouting point of view, yes, I have. And I don't think they're ready to come in here. Yes, I did. Apart from the FA, I have gone around my own ways.
Kista continue say, even though Issa Kalon get dual citizenship with Holland, but don't agree play for Salone, and same way so, the first 10 Liverpool player, Steven Coker, self don't agree play for Salone, even though Scotland want time for play for them, but say, then still depend them paperwork for make them go qualify for play for Salone, as them player than Yaso, be don't represent Holland and Scotland at different stage in their career. As the preparation for Cameroon still on, Africell na the official sponsor for Leone Stars for the Nations Cup. The head of event and sponsorship na Africell Abdul Aziz Kamara don't assure Salone people of their communist support to the national football team.
So once again, we want to reaffirm our commitment to the Leone Stars team. Of course, I listened to the coach. We are just 30 to 40% there, which means there is still a lot of work to be done. This is not something that just the coach, the SLFA and Africell can do. We need other partners to come on board and help us achieve this dream of making sure that each and every Sierra Leonean is proud of our boys when they finally make it to the AFCON in 2022.
As the preparation still continue, people hope say Salone go able put team together, we go able go compete na the Nations Cup inside Cameroon. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara.
The program is still listened on a midday show. They can you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Well, from the reports there, I can studio now for some studio guests them for the wrap up the program. Now, Mohammed, as we go organize this on a dinner, we go be Sunday. Waiting next.
So, alhamdulillah, because the focus of this dinner, as we don't say, are for the school project. So after we don't organize this dinner and we don't get the fund, now follow we go implement the project. We tell people and say, now make we organize the dinner. And also that not go stop we say because of we don't build the school and that's the end of the Dagva Charity Foundation or that's the end of the charity foundation. Like we get 4 areas of intervention and we still continue with the areas of interventions then they after the dinner.
Okay, well, plenty thank you, Gemini, the studio. Well, now to you, Patrick Mansari, Secretary General, Western Area District, Recommended Association of the Blind, as today na the White Cane Safety Day. Waiting will continue for being advocacy in terms of una challenge and other issues then.
Yes, we'll continue for appeal to the general public, not for see every blind person will hold white cane as bigger man, and also we see person will hold the white cane, help him for cross arm or give the necessary assistance we need to the drivers. Una slow down on speed, una see passing to the white cane. This celebration will continue from now on to the end of the month, because usually that's when it can happen. On the 28th of this month, we'll forget a discussion. We'll for invite journalists and other stakeholders in our society for continue for engage the general public on the White Cane Safety Day. Let not only tap on this very day, let continue on and on and on, so that we'll get a better salon.
Okay, well, plenty thank you, Gemini program. Well, that's a Patrick Mansari, Secretary General Western Area District. We come out from the Salon Association of the Blind. They talk about the White Cane Safety Day. When at the salon, join other country them for member this day. And self with me is Abigail Mohammed Ola, when a communication officer come up from Dakva Charity Foundation. They talk about the fundraiser where they get this Sunday and say this now way for help supports to people where they go through challenges, especially in terms of the education. Well, and this edition of the program in the show will left for today. Plenty thank you to my producer them, Alex Lawrence Coleman and Michael Sambola. And to Usman Kamara will make you watch we live on our Facebook page and self DJ Cliff for technical support. So to meet again, with Princess Pierce, Tata.